Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to your first check-in. Of course, this is an online class and I think you're really going to enjoy it. Communications, how do we communicate with each other? How do we make sure that we communicate with our patients effectively? That's what's important in this class. That's what we're going to learn to do more gracefully and then I think more intelligently. And I think from that perspective, you're really going to enjoy the material in this class. So a few things. Online class, the lectures are pre-recorded, but I am available and here to help you in whatever way I can. You can reach out to me at any point in time. You can email me. Of course, I have my phone number. You can text, call, whatever works best for you. I'm here to help in whatever capacity I can. Now, I record these awesome check-in videos once a week on Saturday usually, which is a little bit before, of course, the module starts. The module usually starts on Monday morning, but I like to give people a heads up what's going to be due the next week and also give you an opportunity to jump in and get started a little bit early if you want to get started early and you finish early. So I know a lot of people are overachievers and want to get that work done, so I'm giving you the opportunity to do so. So from that perspective, in an online class, you're going to have a lot of great information on the side of the panel here. So we're going to look at Blackboard here in a second. And I'm not going to shift my camera over in Blackboard. You're going to see the same thing, but take a look at the left side of the module here. Well, it's not a module. Take a look at the left side of Blackboard. You're going to see a few things. Announcements, course syllabus, course content, resource tools, and instructor. We're going to start off on the instructor portal. So when you click on that, you're going to see, of course, my information, a really old picture, but that's okay. I like to think that I'm still young. I'm just going to talk a little bit about me, and from that perspective, a little bit about what I do. I have been in healthcare for a number of years, so communication is something that's really, really important to me. And from that perspective, I have, of course, been in school my whole life. So I'm currently in school, but I graduated from Gardner-Webb University in North Carolina with a bachelor's in health science. I have a master's in healthcare administration, and I'm still in a doctorate program, which I'm pursuing, a DBA, Doctorate in Business Administration. It should be done 2024. I know this says 2021. I'm going to edit and correct that really quickly. 1 second. A lot better. 2021 would have been nice. I didn't go that fast. I've been going a few classes at a time, which I think is better for my work-life balance per se. Because when you work full-time and you do school full-time, sometimes it's a little challenging. I know some of you are aware of that. But I should be done in 2024 with my doctorate degree. So that's been a lot of fun. A lot of writing, a lot of communication, a lot of things that I'm going to convey to you that I've learned through my doctorate program. Well, let's talk a little bit about my work life. I went to Alaska back in 2012, 2013 and worked at a critical access hospital for a number of years. I moved my way up in that critical access hospital to eventually overseeing all our outpatient departments, of course. Once I did that, interestingly enough, the hospital itself was sold to an Indian Health Service facility, IHS facility, named Southeast Alaska Regional Health Consortium. So once that happened, I moved down to Seattle and got a job at Swedish. I worked for Swedish Medical Group, learned a lot. I really enjoyed my time at Swedish. I really enjoyed my time in Seattle. It's a large city, of course, lots of great information, lots of learning opportunity there. But it was a little big for me in regards to the city life, so I moved down to the Olympia area, which is a little bit in the middle. And now I work at Providence Medical Group, which is a kind of a partner with Swedish per se, so we work together. So it's kind of the same organization. And I'm the director of operations here at Providence Medical Group, overseeing all of our ambulatory clinic sites. So communication is something I deal with all the time. I've been here since 2020, right when COVID started, right? Really the height of the healthcare scare, right, in the pandemic. So think about how much I had to communicate then and how much I communicate on a daily basis due to all the needs of my staff. So when I talk about this kind of stuff, I'm not just conveying information that I've never used before. I'm conveying information that I have to deal with on a daily basis. So that's a little bit about me. Let's take a look at a little bit more on the left side of the class. So if you look at course syllabus, let's take a look at course syllabus, and I'm going to make sure the view is something that you're going to see. So I just changed that. Course syllabus does have your course syllabus, but it also has your course schedule and then your lesson plan. So be sure to take a look at those two things. The course schedule and the course lesson plan are going to really syndicate in regards of their information. So they're going to have relevant information for each other. It's going to have pretty much the same information. So when you take a look at one, you're going to really have information that you'll find in the other. We'll come back to this in a second. Let's take a look at tools really quick. Tools is really cool. It's got a lot of great information about Blackboard. Some information in here in regards to what you need to do in regards to maybe discussion posts, your roster, all the kinds of stuff, Proctor U. It's not something that you really need to dig into, but I want to highlight there's a library section. When you click on that in Blackboard, you do come up to the PMI online library. You can use that for research, and we'll have a research paper that's due pretty much middle of the class. So that's something we'll highlight in the future. We also use Google Scholar, which is easy as well, but I like the PMI online library because it's free resources, right? It's something that's included, of course, with your tuition, from my understanding. So from that perspective, let's take a look at the most important part of this class where your information is going to be held. That's the course content section. And this video is located in the announcement page, right? But the course content section is where you're going to spend most of your time. So when you click on that, you're going to see a number of different things. First off, I have office hours Tuesday and Thursday from 11 to 12 a.m. Reach out to me if you want to work with me one-on-one. I can spend as much time with you as you need. I'm happy to walk through things. You just let me know what works best for you. I'll send you the Zoom link. We'll communicate. We'll talk over the phone, whatever works. Next, you're going to see some information about your research paper and grading rubric. So take a look at that. That's due in the future, so I don't want you to concentrate on it per se this week, but make sure you take a look at that so you understand what's due in the future. Scrolled up a little bit here. Discussion boards. We do have discussion boards mostly every week. Those are going to be due at the middle of the week and the end of the week. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute in regards to week 1. But your grading rubric for your discussion board is located right there. Be sure to take a look at that. Now let's dig into week 1. Now week 1 is going to be an extended week, and we'll look at that in a minute. But week 1 has information that you need to start on in order to be successful. First off, when you open a course content module, you jump into any week. This is week 1, of course. You're going to take a look at the textbook. So open your Flat World textbook, read chapter 1. It's going to tell you what to read. So it's, of course, chapter 1, Applied Communications, chapter 1. So be sure to take a look at that. And then watch the lecture. And also along with the lecture, I'm usually going to have videos. We'll talk about that in a second. But your lecture really digs into, hey, let's look at the PowerPoint associated with the chapter. Let's talk about what's information that's relevant in the chapter. So we look at chapter 1 information that really will be relevant to your test. So it's located, of course, throughout the chapter, but also we take the PowerPoint and give a lecture based on that. So that's what chapter 1 lectures are. I try to make my lectures 15 minutes or less because studies show at 15 minutes, right, you really start not paying attention. So 15 minutes or less on an online class I think is effective. You can pause, take a break, do something different, and really follow up as needed based on the information that you hear in that lecture. I also make sure to highlight some great informational videos out there. So I'm not the only expert in communication. There are some great communicators out there, and I really highlight them throughout this class. So you'll see different videos from people that really have some great insight. So the first video, How to Speak So People Want to Listen, I thought was very interesting. So be sure to take a look at that. And then also the human connection to healthcare. A lot of TED Talks located in this class as well. One thing that I want you to remember is pretty much every week we're going to have homework or discussion boards. This week's just homework. So homework for chapter 1, it's a flat world based homework subject section. So it's flat world questions based on your textbook. So make sure to take a look at that. Do your homework on time. And we're going to talk about those due dates in a week because it's an extended week for you. Your discussion post is another thing that's due. So what is your discussion post? A lot of students ask first week of the class, hey, what do I put in my discussion post? It's just an overview of the material for that week. So your thoughts. It doesn't have to be anything specific. Maybe you enjoyed one video and you want to talk about that. Just give a broad overview of what you learned in the first week, which is week 1 that we're going over this week. It could be, of course, if we're having a discussion post in week 4, you're going to give an overview of week 4, but this is week 1. So give an overview of week 1, and your initial post has got to be 200 words, and I'll update the due date here, but it's going to be due Wednesday of the week by midnight, and then your reply is going to be due the Sunday prior to the start of the next module. So I'm going to update these really quick, and I'm going to tell you the due dates. I updated this so it was relevant, of course, to the week 1 information. So it's not going to be due to 12/13 because it's an extended week, right? So hopefully that's helpful in regards to making sure you're aware. I think the extended week in the first week gives you a chance to review the material and to really understand where to go for information. So an overview in your first post of the week's material, and the reply is going to be due on 12/17 by midnight. It's a reply to a student. So another student gave an overview, and you're going to take a look at that and just reply with your thoughts. Now, it can't be nice post or thanks or, like 2-word sentences. It's going to be something, 50 words or more. So you got to really put your thought into it. Hey, I agree with this. I think different about this. It could be anything. Now, we're not getting into a debate per se, but just talk to the person in an online chat, like you, kind of like writing an email per se. So, give it a shot. So I'm not going to say I'm going to look at it and grade it really hard. That's not really the point of this. It's to communicate back and forth with each other, and I'll give you tips and pointers if I want to see something different. So take a look at that. So your discussion post is going to be due 12/13, and then your reply due 12/17. Now your homework is due 12/17. That's Sunday end of day. Week 1's extended, right? So it's due 12/17. By end of day. We're going to look at the course schedule in a minute. So I know I got a lot of information that I've given you in the first week, so take a look at that. So now I'm giving you an overview that's going to look a little bit different. So I'm going to give you the view that you're going to see in this class. So let's take a look at the course schedule, which I think is going to be helpful for you in this first week. And just a reminder, I'm going to post another video on Saturday because I know you're starting this class midweek. So there'll be another video which will give you another overview which will be helpful. So this is just your first check-in video. So let's look at the course schedule really quickly. And that's going to be located in the course syllabus section of Blackboard. Like I said, I'm going to clear that really quickly so you don't have that view. And I apologize, I have a Mac, so it's going to look a little bit different if you have a PC. But week 1's extended. You got some information in here in the course schedule. Of course, it's subject to change because things happen, right? But your original post is due 12/13 by midnight. Your response is due 12/17, and your homework for Chapter 1, Flat World, is due 12/17. So take a look at the course schedule. It's going to have a lot of great information that helps you out here. So we're going to navigate to another section of the class really quickly before we end this check-in video. Click on Tools, you're going to see your textbook. And the cool thing about the Flat World textbook, I really like this textbook. It's awesome. It's got awesome information. I enjoy reading it, which is strange to say, right? Sometimes about a textbook. It's so well written. It's just formulated in a way that just makes sense. So I think you're going to really enjoy it. It's not like, reading a random textbook. I have a lot of textbooks. I teach a lot of different classes. It's one of my favorites. But the Flat World textbook is an ebook, so you can take a look at it. Click on this link, and it's going to take you to the book in this class. I think it's really helpful. Take a look at it when you can. You could search. You can do all kinds of different stuff. An ebook for the textbook, so you can read it online. Really cool thing. I think that's enough in regards to this check-in video. This is, of course, a video located in the announcement page, but that gives you enough information to start on week 1. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, we'll have another video coming up in the near future, but that's all for today, of course, so you can get started on week 1 and, of course, get started in navigating the course per se. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help you in any way. I'm really looking forward to this class, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun in it. Thanks so much.